Okay, so we want to work out the short-run marginal cost functions for a couple of different production functions. So we'll start with this one. And throughout we should remember that what is the short-run marginal cost? Short-run marginal cost is equal to W over the marginal product of labour. Okay, so this is what we're trying to find each time, W over MPL. So the first thing we need then is obviously the MPL. W is just going to be W in our case. So the MPL here is equal to, just differentiate this with respect to L, so you take down the 2/5 times 5L to the power minus 3/5. Which we can tidy up quite a bit. We can rewrite that then as 2L to the minus 3/5. So now we have our marginal product of labour. So that means that marginal cost is equal to W over MPL, or W over twice L to the minus 3/5, which we can in turn write as W over 2 times L to the 3/5. Okay, but we're not finished yet, because now we have marginal cost in terms of labour, but we want it in terms of Q. So we have to go back up here, and just find what L is in terms of Q. So if you take your L's to one side and your Q's to another, you find that L is equal to Q over 2 to the power of 5 over 2. So you're just dividing across by that should be 5 on the bottom. You're dividing across by your 5 and then taking the power over that side. So now we take this and put it in for our L here, and we can write that in, and we find that our marginal cost is going to be equal to W divided by 2 times Q over 5 power 3 over 2. Okay, so what you do is work out your MPL, stick that into your equation or your formula for marginal cost. You'll have something in terms of L then, so you have to go and get L is equal to something of Q, stick that in, and you get your answer. So that was the first part there. So part B, it's a bit more involved because we have K entering into this now. So Q is equal to 3L to the power of a half, K to the power of a half. And we're told that K is equal to 100. Okay? So, first thing to do is stick in K is 100, so that means that Q is equal to 3L to the half times 100 to the half. So the square root of 100 is 10, so that means that Q is equal to 30L to the power of a half. Okay, so next thing then we want is the marginal product of labour. So we just differentiate this with respect to L. So we take down our half, and that gives us 15L to the power of minus a half. So sticking that into our formula, remember marginal cost is what we're looking for, and the formula is W over MPL. So that gives us W over 15L to the power of minus a half, which is equal to W over 15 times L to the half, because if we take it back up to the top, we just change the sign of the power. Next thing then is to go back up to here and just solve for L in terms of Q, or express L in terms of Q. So if we do that, we find that L is equal to Q over 30 to be squared. So divide by the 30 and then square both sides. So putting that in there, we're almost done. Putting that in there allows us to write marginal cost is equal to W over 15 times L, which we just found, is Q over 30 squared. So W over 15 times L to the power of a half, so we just lose that power, times Q over 30. And that's your marginal cost. So the last one then is Q is equal to 5 L to the quarter times K to the 2/3, or K bar to the 2/3. So it's K bar, so we're saying K is just fixed at some level K bar. Before we said K was 100, here we're just going to leave it as K bar. So what's our marginal product of labour? MPL. Just differentiate this with respect to L, take down the quarter, so you get a quarter times 5 times L to the minus 3/4 times K bar to the 2/3. What's our marginal cost then? Our marginal cost is just W over MPL, which is W over this whole thing here. So W over 5 times quarter times L to the minus 3/4 K to the or K bar to the 2/3, which if you tidy it up, you get W times 4 over 5, because when you take this, you just flip it, times L to the 3/4 over K bar to the 2/3. So then the last step, as in the other ones, was just to get rid of this L and put in something in terms of Q. So we can rewrite this as L is equal to Q over 5 times 1 over K bar to the 2/3 all to the power of 4. So you just divide across by 5 K bar to the to the 2/3. That gives you L is equal to some mess, and then take the raise everything to the power of 4. You get this. So putting this in here for this L, you arrive at your answer. Marginal cost is equal to W times 4/5 times 1 over K bar to the 2/3 to the power of 4 times Q over 5 to the power of 3. And that's your answer. So the steps are always the same. Remember your formula that marginal cost is equal to W over MPL. Get your MPL. Simplify it as much as you can. Then go back and find L in terms of Q. Stick that in there, and again, tidy up as much as you can.